All right, it's story time. So in my old apartment back in Columbus, in the in the ghetto of Columbus, I had a habit of locking my door, um, regardless of how long I was going to be out of the house. Just muscle memory, just because of security reasons, didn't feel safe leaving it open for any amount of time. So I come home really late one day. I go into the house and I'm alone because Davis is either at work or he's out of town or something like that. And all my friends were out of town. And I don't remember why exactly because this was a little bit ago. But everyone was out of town and I was home alone. So I come home, it's really late, I'm tired, there's a pile of trash. I'm like, fuck it, I'll just take it out real quick because I'm tired of looking at it. So I get the trash, I go outside, I shut the door, I go to the dumpster, I dump the trash, come back, and I go to the door and you think it would be in my pockets, but it's not. God. God damn it. God damn it. Alright, I'm gonna have to finish the rest of this inside because apparently they're constructing a something that takes a lot of noise to construct. Nobody needs new apartments right now. I'm doing a thing. So back to where I was. So I was calling and texting everyone to see what time they were getting back into town, and everyone pretty much was saying tomorrow, that they wouldn't be back in town until the next day. So I was just sitting there, what am I gonna do? 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 And then I had an idea. I can get in a window! And then I remembered that I'm on the second floor. So I was back to, oh, fuck. Plus, I lock all the windows anyway because of, paranoia, but justified paranoia. And then I remembered that I had left my window unlocked because of how impossible it is to climb up and get into. It's just a sheer brick wall and then an indent into where my window is. So you have to have like major fucking like NBA type, Olympics type jumps, hops to get onto that ledge and pull yourself up. But even if you were to get on the ledge and like kind of pull yourself up, you still have to like hold on with one arm to open the window. So I was like, what am I gonna do? So what I did was I went and took the trash can, like one of the recycle bins that's out by the dumpster, that's like just one of the tall, thin dumpsters. I went and got it, pulled it all the way across the parking lot, all the way to the other side of the freaking building, put it under my window, and spent about 10 minutes trying to balance on this thing because even when I was on top of that thing, my hands were still like there. So it's 6'4" me hanging, barely getting onto this fucking ledge with a trash can below me. So that's how high up this is. So I'm climbing up there, and by the time I get all situated and like able to kind of look up, I realize that there's fucking metal mesh on the window. So there's no way I can get to the thing, but they have these little latches to be able to pop it off. So I went to do that, but they wouldn't go. Like I had to hop up, grab the one latch at the very top of the window and kind of pull it down. And I ended up almost breaking my finger because it wouldn't come out. So I was like, fucking, this is a nightmare. And so I get back down and I'm thinking, and I was like, I'll just tear open the mesh. Well, what can I do that with? Search around for a sharp rock or a shiv that was dropped, maybe a knife. Someone was in a hurry getting away from someone with a gun or something. So I'm searching around in the freaking pitch black dark because the street light out next to our apartment didn't fucking turn on, or it did, but when you pulled up, it turned off. So it was really fucking weird. So it's in the pitch black, and I find this really pointy rock. I get a fucking pointy ass rock, I grab it, take it back to the trash can, get up all situated again, take another 5 minutes. As I'm doing this, I hear the blinds of the people below our apartment, the window where where the trash can and my feet are, open and close. I'm like, all right, well, they're just obviously, I'm making a lot of noise. They're checking out who it is, whatever. So I'm balancing on like one leg. I have my hand on the ledge, and I'm like, trying to break the metal pretty much because I can't cut it. I'm just stabbing at it, pulling at it. I finally get it and able to pry it open a little more because it's kind of thin wire metal. I cut up my hands. I tear and bend the whole frame out, throw the fucking thing across the parking lot because I'm so angry. And I'm able to get the window open. And this was the tricky part because I had to jump up into the room from the trash can. I'm already balancing on one leg just to be able to open the window. So I had to use the leverage of the inside of the window and the wall. So I grabbed the inside of the windowsill and put my feet up on the wall and kicked myself over and launched myself into my room on the fucking hardwood floor. So I'm pissed. I hurt my elbow or whatever. So I'm finally in my fucking house. Thank God this is over. And as I'm situating, closing the window, closing the blinds back again, getting my bearings on where my keys are and stuff like that, I noticed that there's helicopter lights outside. And I'm just like, oh, someone must be breaking into a car again, or someone's running from the cops again, because it happens all the time around here. No joke, 80% of my time in that apartment was listening to a helicopter above, shining a spotlight down, trying to look for criminals. Looking for criminals. So I didn't think much of it because it happens all the time. So I get my keys, put them in my pocket, open my door, walk out. Everyone's looking up what's going on? Interesting, something could develop. I go out, down the stairs, back around the apartment complex to where the trash can is, and I notice that the spotlight's right on me at this point. And because I've never been in this situation before, I didn't even think. I was like, huh, I guess he's checking everybody. You can't just let someone walk by without trying to see if that's who it is. So I grab the trash can and I start walking across the parking lot, and it's still on me. And at this point, I'm like, they think I broke into someone else's apartment. And as soon as that light bulb clicked, I heard, "Hey, stop, freeze." Oh. So I stop. I don't turn around. I don't do nothing. The voice says, "Put the trash can down. Put your hands in the air." And a fucking officer walks up, takes my hands, puts them behind my back, handcuffs me. And I'm a little concerned at this point. I'm about to get arrested because I locked myself out of my apartment. And the officer, who was 6'6", maybe 6'7", he's a big dude, says, "Do you live around here?" And I was like, "Yes, sir. I live in that apartment that I think you guys thought I broke into." And he goes, "You got an ID?" "I mean, in my apartment." "All right, come on, we'll take him into his house." So they walk me into my house, still handcuffed, into my apartment, into my living room, still handcuffed. And the big, tall officer goes, "Where's your wallet? Where's your ID?" So at this point, I'm like, it could be over here. Honestly, I'm not seeing it anywhere. Couldn't find my fucking wallet anywhere. Turns out it was like under my bed or something like that. I had like dropped it when I fell through the window or whatever. And so, since I couldn't find my ID, the other officer, he, if you've ever seen any of my other videos of in that apartment, you know the hallway comes to like a T, and he's standing at the T looking into Davis's room. And he goes, "What's in this room?" It's like, that's not my room. I don't really know. And he goes, "No, but like, what's in it?" I was like, my roommate has some registered weapons. And the officer's like, "No." "What color are the sheets in here?" And he points to my room, and I'm like, "They're kind of a beige-ish tan." And the officer who handcuffed me still has his like hand on my arm. He's like, "That's good enough for me." So they unhandcuff me and just walk out of my apartment, and that's it. And I'm just standing there in my apartment. And that was it. There's no moral to this story. Just don't lock yourself out of your fucking apartment. Otherwise, you will be handcuffed and possibly sent to jail. So that is it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this story. If you would like more videos like this, let me know in the comment section, Facebook, Twitter, or whatever. Just let me know if you want more, and I have plenty of fucking stories that go on for days. If you want to hear more stories that have been told already, go ahead and listen to our podcast up in the corner here. I think it is. You can click it and there'll be a thing that pops up there. So I love you, weirdos, and as always, stay weird.